Hello everyone, welcome back to Gold Predict. In today's update, I'm going to share with you why I think we are rapidly approaching the next cycle low and how I believe gold could break out above $2,100 during the next cycle. If you're bullish on gold like I am, you might want to listen. All right, let's get in. First, we'll go to the gold cycle indicator and then we'll get into the charts. Okay, so right now we're in the member data center of Gold Predict, and if you're unfamiliar, we have a gold cycle indicator that basically tells us when it's probably close to, when gold prices are likely close to a cycle bottom. Currently, we have a reading of 85, which we're, in the minimum bottoming territory. That doesn't mean prices will bottom right now. They could drop further, but basically we are in the window for a cycle low, and that's pretty much all you need to know. And this is when I like to get out my shopping list and start looking for quality assets to accumulate. All right, with that said, now let's get back to the charts. All right, so here, looking at the daily gold chart, we can see that prices kind of make a bottom about every 4 months or so. I call this the intermediate cycle. Think of it like breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So once we make a cycle low, prices will rally for 2 to 3 months, and then they drop down into another cycle low, and then they rally for 2 to 3 months. Provided if the cycle is left translated or right translated. In a bull market, they're all going to be right translated, meaning that prices will peak halfway past the apex like they did here. If you look over here in August, they peaked early to the left side of the apex, and that is a left translated cycle, and that's usually when prices will make a lower low. So in this instance, prices are likely to make a higher low, probably right around the 200-day moving average, roughly. We'll see. And the other thing I wanted to point out is, interestingly, the cycles have been turning right when we change months. It happened here in November, happening here again in March, and I think we're right in the 4-month window again for another change, probably from in the June, July area. So I think this is going to be an important low, and possibly, this could be one of the last times we see gold below $2,000. We'll see. I'm not sure, but all my charts indicate that we are on the precipice of a very strong bull move towards $3,000, potentially by this time next year. All right, let's move over to the silver chart. Okay, looking at the silver chart, we have a nice trend line here. I think prices could drop a little bit further depending on what gold does, but prices could come back to test or potentially even undercut the trend line. Right now we are finding support at the 200-day moving average, but if you trace out an ABC correction, usually it's a measured move. Let me show you here. So this would be the A wave, and then the B up. Then that kind of gives us a potential measured target near, I'm going to have to move this arrow down a little bit, excuse me. But roughly around 21.25 would be the optimum target. I don't know if we'll get that low. Silver's very volatile. Sometimes it undershoots and other times it overshoots. But roughly this trend line, I think, is a good target. We'll see. I think silver's incredibly undervalued, and I have huge price targets later this decade. This is going to sound a little crazy, but I think we could see silver at over $300 an ounce. All right, now we're going to slide over to platinum. Okay, now we're looking at the platinum chart. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I am very bullish on platinum. Platinum right now is $926 per ounce, which is, practically half the price of gold. And typically, platinum is double the price of gold. If you look at the American Eagle coin series, gold coins have a $50 face value, where platinum has a $100 face value. So even the U.S. Mint believes probably that platinum is double the value or double the price of gold. So I think platinum is incredibly undervalued and a raging good deal. So I might be looking to load up here. Technically, I think we could come down and retest the February lows around 900. And if that happens, I think it would be a good opportunity to maybe add a little to your stack if you are a precious metals investor. I like the Platinum Eagles, the 1 ounce Platinum Eagles, and I also like the Canadian Maple 1 ounce coins. Those are beautiful coins, and they usually have a lower premium. Okay, now let's slide on over to the gold miners. Okay, gold miners, they've been making higher highs and lower lows, higher high and lower low, and right now prices are finding support near the 200-day moving average. Market opened about an hour ago, and I don't think we've quite reached the bottom yet, but though I wouldn't be surprised if prices did bottom above the 200-day moving average. However, if gold is going to move a little bit lower, prices could change direction here when we enter July, like they have been changing around the months. You look here in March, prices made a double bottom in February and then in the opening days of March, and then they shot higher. We could see something similar. I have a price target of maybe around $28. Of course, prices could overshoot or undershoot, but I think gold miners in particular are a very, very good bargain right now. Lastly, I wanted to share with you the Newmont Corporation gold mining chart. Prices have lost roughly 50% from their 2022 high, around $82. They're now sitting around $42. And well, there really hasn't been much good news until recently, that is. It looks like they are going to acquire Newcrest Mining from Australia. And if that deal goes through, which is it is expected to by the end of the year, that will make Newmont the biggest gold producer by a wide margin globally. And what's interesting is this is going to add some copper exposure to Newmont's assets, and as well as it will lower their margin costs. So some analysts anticipate them being able to produce up to 8 million ounces a year by the year 2030 at a production rate of around all-in sustaining costs of $1,000 an ounce, that's pretty good margins, especially if gold goes where I think it's going to. I think gold prices could reach $7,000 to $8,000 is my target, but I wouldn't be surprised if they hit 10,000. And if you have margins like that, this is going to be a gold cash flowing machine. So I like Newmont. I'm probably looking to accumulate a little bit more. I own it currently. This is not financial advice, but personally for my metals portfolio, I will probably add some if prices drop below $40. If you like the content, subscribe, do whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're a smart person. So we have more ideas like this on our website. If you like it, come check it out. We have a reasonable fee, and I think hopefully you can learn something from this. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, and bye bye.